Okay, workout number 2. We're going to start with just a little warm-up stretching. So really any type of dynamic movement stretching that feels good to you. So if you always want to do any additional, you certainly can. What I'm going to do is bring my feet about hip width apart. We're going to do what we call good morning. So I'm going to show you from this angle. I'll show you from the side as well. So I'm going to bring my arms up. I'm going to turn my toes out just a little bit. I'm going to push my hip back, a little bend in the knee, bring my hands to my toes. Now notice my back is not rounded like this. It's just a nice flat back, keeping my ribs in and getting a nice little stretch in our hamstrings. So that's what I'm going for today. Just do about 8 to 10 of these just to see how it feels. If it feels good. Just kind of checking in with our body just like we did at the beginning of the last workout. So this will be split up into 2. The warm-up video and the activation, and then the actual workout. So I'm going to do about 8 to 10 of these. Stand up. Now another good one I like that stretches out the hips is I'm going to do an ankle grab, and then I'm going to come forward and do the opposing knee grab. So we're here, and we're here. Looking at about, you just really kind of go off what you feel with stuff like this, where I'm just kind of doing anywhere between 8 to 10 reps on each side, just opening up those hips, stretching out those quads, especially if we're a little sore, just making it feel good. Then we'll switch to the other side and we'll go here. Ooh, that one's a little tighter. Yes, I get tight as well. Grab back here. And you can always have something near you if you need for balance. So I'm just trying to get a nice little stretch. You can obviously go wherever it works for you. Always want to check in with your body. And then I'm just going to do a little arm circles. And I might go big circles to small circles. And I'll go both directions. So you can kind of, if I can tell that this shoulder for me is not moving as well as this one, but that's okay. It's just noticing those things. And then might come here to here and just kind of open up. And just kind of check it and see how things feel. Nice. Okay. Maybe a little side to side stretch for the neck. Ooh, another good one we'll do really quick before we get into that activation is I'm going to put one heel up. And what I'm going to do is push my hip back and just find that nice little stretch in the hamstring. So I might do a little bounce, stand up, little bounce, stand up. I'm going to do 5 on each side. And you're just getting a stretch all the way down those hamstrings. Then I'm going to switch sides, put my heel up here, press my hip back. I'm still keeping my ribs in. My back's nice and flat, so I'm not rounding it like that. I'm keeping my back nice and flat. Now, today's a little bit more of a strength-based workout. So what we're going to do, once I get this pulled back up, we are going to do 3 rounds. And we're going to do 3 rounds of a glute bridge. We're going to do 10 glute bridge, 8 push-ups, and then 8 by 8 lateral taps. So how does that look? And you could always use a booty band around your knees if you wanted to. So what we're going to do is come all the way back. I can be flat-footed. I can be on my heels. Just kind of depends what your preference is. I want to think about if I'm overarching my back, just kind of gentle little squeeze in my butt so I get this nice good position here. And then what I'm going to do is come up. See that nice line? I'm not overarching. I'm right here. And I feel a little squeeze in my butt. And then bring it back down. And up and down. And we're doing 10 of these. You want to squeeze at the top. Gazes up to the ceiling, making sure you're not bringing your chin to your chest. And you're going to do 10 of these. I think I'm on 5. And then if you want, I like to come on my heels. Gets me a little bit more into my glute. And hands can be wherever you want them to be. 8, 9, and 10. Now we're doing 8 push-ups. If you feel like you need a little stretch, you can certainly go there. Now we're going to do 8 push-ups. Now with push-ups, push-ups can be difficult for a lot of people. If you're doing knee down push-ups, I want you to make sure you're not a box like this. You're bringing it back a little bit more. So you can always come to a plank first to kind of figure out where you should be, and then bring your knees down like that. So what I'm going to do is make sure I'm not going like this. I want to keep my ribs in, my butt gently squeezed. I'm going to press my triceps back behind me. So I'm not coming out like that. I'm bringing them behind me and then back up. Now, if you can't come all the way down, that's totally fine. If you have a yoga block, I can teach you a trick with that too. I'll show you strict push-ups in the next round in a modification. So if we start with push-ups in a knee down position, thinking about bringing those triceps back, think about when you're here, squeezing your elbows together as you press and keep your ribs in and come all the way back up. Keeps it a little bit more tight and together. I think I've done more than 8, but that's okay. And then we're going to do what I call lateral plank taps. Again, you can do this from a knee down position. Same kind of thing. You don't want to be a box. You want to be more here. Okay. I'm going to come to a plank. Now, wire with your feet makes this easier, so I'm not twisting my hips a whole lot. What I'm going to do is tap over here. Notice I'm not turning my whole body. I'm just going to tap and tap. And my hips are staying stable. So I'm going to do 8 on each side. And I will show you want to breathe. You want to keep your ribs in. You want to keep your butt gently squeezed. So I'm just trying to, I'm not trying to reach all the way over. I'm just trying to tap where I can. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to do glute bridge again. Now, if you have a booty band, you can always put that around your knee. If you wanted to add a little weight to this, you certainly could as well. So if I wanted to add a little weight here to my glute bridge, I could. So come up, make sure you can breathe, squeeze at the top. Here's 4 and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, 8 push-ups. So here's a modification. If you're close to a strict push-up, this is how you would do that. So let's say I can do a push-up from here and I can get down, but getting up is the harder part. I'm going to bring my triceps back towards me. I'm going to come to the floor, okay? I'm then going to bring my knees down, squeeze my butt, keep my ribs in, press up to here, then to here. So down, set yourself up to be in a good position. Squeeze, press. Now, if you can do a strict push-up, you're right here. Notice I exhale when I press up. Now, we're gonna go back to plank taps, but I'm gonna show you from this direction so you can see how my hips stay stable. But wider does make this easier with your feet. So what I'm doing, tap, 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 tap. And I'm breathing, I'm not letting my back overextend. Keeping my shoulders back and down, trying to stack wrist, elbow, shoulder. And then we go one more round. So back to glute bridge. And this is just to get our body nice and warmed up for the movements we're gonna do. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna bring my weight back on here. You could use a medicine ball, you could use a weight. This is a 10-pound kettlebell filled with sand. Up and squeeze. 4, 5, 6, I'm looking up at my ceiling, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're back to push-ups. So like I said, any modification that you need to do with these, you can do, okay? And if you're not sure, you can always message me in the app and I can help you. You're also able to send me a video if you're wanting some tips on how to correct your form. You can always take a short video and send it to me or attach it, and then I can see how you're moving in ways I can correct you. So 8 push-ups. Squeeze those elbows together as you press. 8. And then we do plank tense. So I'm going to do them again from this way so you can see how my hips are staying stable. I squeeze my butt. I keep my ribs in. I'm tapping just where my hand can reach. I'm not going further. And breathing. Don't hold your breath. Okay, so that is our warm up, our activation. The next video you're going to get into is going to get us into the actual workout. So we are going to do a strength workout today. It's okay if you don't have the heaviest of weights, not a problem. I can modify any of you. So, and we can always more of a, I'll get into the workout when we get into it, but I wanted to just kind of go through what the warm up was for today. And then the next video, we'll get into that workout.